Yo, Cub fans, we are back, and Drew Smyly once again has an awful start, and part of this loss is on David Ross as well, and we're going to get into that right after this. So, what a disappointing loss. I think that if Kyle Hendricks wasn't pitching, we would have won after what happened in this game and the hits that we got. He only pitched 3 innings, 8 hits, 7 ERA, 3 walks, 4 Ks, and 2 home runs given up. The one was a solo shot, the other one was a 3-run home run. And then the rest, they were just, hit in, walked, everything. I mean, he was struggling today, just as usual, and he can't keep the ball in the park, and he's looking like Kyle Hendricks when he was once struggling. But Kyle Hendricks kind of bounced back and came back. And I honestly thought that Drew Smyly was going to come back and bounce back from being put in the bullpen, and I thought that would have motivated him to not or try and pitch his best and not have a very bad game. But he decided to have a very bad game, and I think they need to keep Drew in the bullpen and run a 4-man rotation with the starting pitchers. Drew is very good in the bullpen. I think he pitches well in the bullpen, and I think the bullpen needs a lefty, so I think that he brings a good quality to the bullpen, and I think he can be a good part of that bullpen rotation. So Wisniewski came in after Drew Smyly and pitched absolutely amazing. I mean, Wisniewski should have came in to start the 4th inning. Drew Smyly should not have even been starting in the 4th inning. Wisniewski wasn't even warming up at the start of the 4th inning, and he was just doing some stretches. And they panned over to the bullpen. No one was warming up. He was just doing stretches. He wasn't even warming up, and Kyle Hendricks was doing absolute garbage. But Wisniewski pitched 2 innings, gave up 1 hit. He had 2 walks and 5 Ks. I mean, he pitched an absolute gem out of the bullpen. And they needed him an inning earlier, or maybe to come in a little earlier. And that part is on David Ross. He kept Drew Smyly in for way too long. And honestly, it's on both of them. This loss is on both of them. This was definitely a winnable game. And if Drew Smyly wasn't pitching, I feel like that we would have won the game with the outcome of the hits that we got and everything that happened in the game. But Palencia came in after Wisniewski pitched pretty good. Then Quas came in and hit a guy with the bases juice, and the score was 8-6 going into the top of the 9th. And you guys know what happens after that. And we lose the game 8-6. And Quas is starting to become a very wild, and I see where his walk rate is very high. I can see now where it is and why it's so high. He does walk a lot of people, and he does hit a lot of people because, I mean, he does throw it weird, kind of throws a little sidearm. But off of that topic, the big stories for today are Swanson and Candelario's 2-run shots. Seiya also went 2 for 3 with 2 singles. And, I mean, both of their home runs were absolute towering shots. They were ripped off the bat. And they were both huge home runs. And they kept Smyly in the game. And Smyly just kept giving up runs. But, I mean, once again, the hitters are making up for pitchers' mistakes and everything that they're doing wrong on the mound, and the hitters are making up for it. So I think David Ross really has to realize that the hitters are doing their thing, and if a pitcher's doing bad, take him out, because the batters are going to be able to hit and get those runs back. They've shown it post All-Star break this whole time. They can get their runs back, and when they're down, and if they give up a few in the first inning, like they give up 2 in the first inning, came back, and they score like 4. So David Ross needs to realize he can't keep these starters in for this long if they're doing this bad. I mean, a 7 ERA through 3 innings is it's absolutely terrible. And that is not the Drew Smyly we know, but this is what his record is showing right now and what he's been kind of showing us the past few times that he started. So I'm really hoping that Ross realizes, like, hey, you can't be keeping these guys in so long while they're doing this bad, because the hitters are going to hit and they can get our runs back. So take this guy out, put Wisniewski in, because Wisniewski, as you can see by the stats, pitched absolutely amazing and barely let anybody on base. 3 people were on base, and I think, yeah, part of this loss goes to definitely Drew Smyly. He got the loss, but also David Ross. I'm pretty mad at David Ross. He's really gotta. You're the man, you're the coach or the manager, and you don't know this stuff. You played baseball for how long? You should know this stuff. But that's gonna be all for this one, guys. I'm very disappointed in this loss, but let me know what you guys think. Hit that sub button for more Bulls and Cubs content, and see blue. Peace.